We also need a mayor who will develop a real strategy for creating jobs in every part of the District of Columbia. There are far too many people in this city wondering where their next paycheck is coming from. In Ward 7, employment is at 19%, and it's close to 30% in Ward 8. All of us have a stake in this. High unemployment anywhere in the city affects our overall tax base, and also our health care and social service costs. Idle hands and minds affect our public safety and, unfortunately, drive incarceration and detention costs. Unemployment increases health risks, including obesity and addiction, and strains our fragile safety nets. My friends, this is a ticking time bomb that affects us all. As mayor, I'll work to create programs that train our workforce for jobs in emerging fields. I'll work especially hard to attract and retain large companies, small businesses, and nonprofits to the District of Columbia in order to create jobs for our residents who pay taxes right here in the District of Columbia. And we'll restore fairness, integrity, cost efficiency, and transparency to the economic development process by putting an end to pay-to-play in the District of Columbia. A mayor should create jobs for everybody in the District of Columbia, not just friends and cronies. But no one can talk about attracting businesses and creating jobs without discussing the imperative of creating safe neighborhoods. I'm happy that crime rates are down across the country, including right here in the District of Columbia. And I want to thank the hard-working law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line every single day to protect our residents. We all know there's still too much crime ravaging our neighborhoods. And until our law enforcement officers start getting the support they need from the mayor's office, their jobs will continue to be that much harder, and too many families will be victimized by crime in this city. Just a couple of weeks ago, we saw 5 of our children eulogized. At their funerals, I sat with their bereaved families, whose brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters were guilty only of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. These are our children. And until we start doing more to deal with the root causes of crime on the front end, we will never end this vicious cycle of violence in our city. As mayor, I want to create an effective partnership between law enforcement, the communities they serve, and the mayor's office. When violence erupts on our streets, my friend, people shouldn't have to ask where their leaders are. In my administration, community policing will be at the heart of how we address crime. We'll work to create positive relationships between residents and officers based on communication and trust. We'll work to identify at-risk youth and improve coordination between officers and social services so that none of our young people fall through the cracks. We'll invest in our police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical staff First responders put their lives on the line for us every day in this city. It's time, frankly, that we make the right investment in them. As your mayor, I'll treat the police department with respect, the respect it deserves, and give the resources they need to effectively protect our city. If we're going to accomplish any of this, real school reform, jobs for every district resident, and offer safe communities, we need to restore a public trust in City Hall that has been shattered. It seems like every day there's another story about mismanaged public dollars and shady deals. We read about a school system that can't figure out if it needs to fire teachers because it has a deficit or give them raises because it has a surplus. We were promised transparency and openness, but read about sweetheart deals and cronyism. And we read about millions of taxpayer dollars secretly funneled through back channels to prevent public scrutiny and council oversight. We were led to believe our government would be more accountable and efficient. If that's true, then why doesn't anyone want to talk about the millions of taxpayer dollars wasted on a failed educational database? We trusted that a new administration would give our social workers the tools to protect all of our city's children from abuse, and we still don't see an end to the horror stories. We hoped for a mayor that would represent the entire city, but instead, we see one that ignores those who live in the most underserved neighborhoods of our community. People want a mayor who works with the council and with residents to get results. Sadly, what they see is childish bickering over silly things like baseball tickets and contempt for the will of the people. It's no wonder, my friends, that people are frustrated in this city. As your mayor, my sincerity does not end when I knock on your door and ask for your vote. I promise you that I will work hard every day to earn and keep your trust. As council chairman, I made sure we were accountable and responsible with your tax dollars. We have balanced every budget. I've held the administration accountable when they made fiscally irresponsible promises. It's your money, and it deserves to be treated with respect. When you pay your taxes, you become a shareholder in this corporation called the District of Columbia. As mayor, I'll bring that kind of fiscal discipline and responsibility to the mayor's office to ensure taxpayers' dollars aren't wasted anymore. I'll push for ethics reform that puts an end to the sweetheart deals and cronyism. And I'll work with the council and with community leaders instead of against them. I'll work with all wards, all neighborhoods, all churches, all synagogues, all mosques, all temples, because like you, I know we are all in this together.